Hi everybody, welcome to Live Blogger. In this tutorial series, we are building this job board application using Next.js. In the previous video, we completed creating this nav bar and we also added dark mode to our application. And in this video, we will design the footer. So this is the footer. So let's get started. Now, before starting with the footer, we can see that we have this error over here in our application. And if I reload this page, we can see that we have this hydration failed error. Now, that error is being displayed because the server and the client have two different HTMLs. So here we can see we have this mismatch. Now, to fix the error, you have to go back to your code and let's open navbar actions. So this is where we have the sun and moon icons. So what we will do is we will display this button only after everything has loaded in our page. So for that, we can just go ahead and simply create a state called mounted. And let's type set mounted for the setter function. And let's type use state. Let's import it from React. And by default, we will set the state to false. And now what we will do is we will use a use effect. So let's type use effect. Let's also import it from React. And in this use effect, I'll just go ahead and create this arrow function. And for the dependencies array, I'll just type an empty array. So this will run the first time this page loads. Now here we can simply go ahead and set the mounted state to true. So we can just go ahead and type set mounted and let's set it to true. And now here for this button, we'll just make sure that the button is displayed only after the mounted state is set to true. So let's go ahead and type mounted and let's type ampersand. And I'll just remove this ending curly braces and I'll just add all of this inside parentheses. So let's add this button inside the parentheses and let's add the ending curly braces over here. So now this button will be displayed only after the page has completely loaded. So let's go back and let's reload this page. And now we can see that we don't have any errors. So now we can go ahead and start with the footer. Now for the footer, let's go ahead and create a new component. So let's go to the layout folder and here inside the layout folder, let's create a new file called footer.tsx and I'll just go ahead and type export default function footer and let's type return. For now, I'll just return a footer tag. Let's type footer over here. Now we'll just go ahead and add this footer to the layout file. So let's go to the layout.tsx file and here after this children, let's go ahead and type footer. So let's import it from components features layout footer. So now if you go back to our website, we can see that the footer is displayed over here. So let's go ahead and create this footer. So let's go back to our footer component. Now for this footer, let's go ahead and add some classes. So let's type class name. Let's type border T for the border top. And here you can see we have this border top. And let's also set the background color to BG muted 50. 50 is the opacity. So this is the background color of the footer. Right now, let's use the container component that we created. So let's type container and let's import it from components UI container. And in this container, let's create a div. And in this div, we will have 4 different columns. So this is the first 2 columns and this is the third one and this is the fourth one. So in this way, we have 4 different columns. So this first section will span 2 columns. So let's go back and let's type class name. Let's set the display to grid. Let's add a gap of 8 between the elements. And for medium or larger screens, let's type grid calls to 4. So this will have 4 columns for larger screens. And for smaller screens, it will have just 1 column. So this is how it will look on smaller screens. Right now, let's go ahead and create another div. And in this div, we will have an S3. And let's add the text. So I'll just copy this and paste it over here. Right now, let's create a paragraph and I'll just copy this paragraph and I'll just paste it over here. So here we can see we have the content. Now let's add some classes to this as well. So for the div, let's go ahead and type class name and we want this to span 2 columns. So let's type MD for medium or larger screens and let's type call span of 2. So this will span 2 columns. And for the S3, let's add some classes. So let's type class name, margin bottom of 3, text of large, and font weight to semi-bold. So this is how it looks. Right now for the paragraph, let's go ahead and type class name. Let's type text size to small, text color to text muted foreground. Let's also add a max width. So let's type max W of MD. Now for this container, let's add some classes. So let's type class name, and let's set the padding left and right of 4 and padding top and bottom of 12. And for larger screens, let's type padding left and right of 8. And this is how it looks. Right now, let's create another div for this section. So let's go outside this div. Let's type div. And let's create an H4. Here, let's type company. And let's create a UL. And that will have list items. And that we have link. So let's type link and let's import it from next link. And in the link, let's add these links. So let's type about us, contact, and careers. So let's type about us. And let's add some classes to the links. First of all, let's add some classes to the H4. So let's type class name. Let's type margin bottom of 3, text size to small, and font weight to semi-bold. And for the unordered list, let's go ahead and type class name. Let's type space Y of 2. So this is the spacing between the elements vertically. And let's set the text size to small. Right now for the link, let's add some classes. So let's type class name. Let's type text muted foreground for the color. And for the transition, let's type colors. And when you hover over this, we need to set the text color to foreground. So this is how it looks. Now let's add the two other links that we have over here. So we have contact and careers. So I'll just copy this link from here and paste it 2 more times. And for the second text, let's type contact. And for the third one, let's type careers. So with that, we have completed this section. Now let's create the next section, which is this one right here. So we can just copy and paste the same thing. Just copy this div from here. And let's paste it down here. And for this one, we need to type legal. So here for the heading, let's type legal. And for the links, let's type privacy policy, terms of service, and cookie policy. So let's type privacy policy, terms of service, and cookie policy. And now if we go back, we can see that the footer is displayed correctly. So we don't have any problems. And let's take a look at the smaller screens. And this is how it will look on a smartphone. So it is completely responsive. Now the last thing we need to do is we need to add this text and also these 3 social media icons. So let's do that. Let's go back to our source code and let's go outside this main div and let's create another div, and that will have a paragraph. And let's copy the copyright symbol from here. So I'll just copy everything and paste it over here. Now here, instead of the year, I'll just go ahead and type curly braces, new date, get full year. So what this will do is it will get the current year and add it over here. So here we can see now it says copyright of 2025. Let's go ahead and add some classes over here as well. So let's type class name, text small, text muted foreground for the color. Now for this div, let's add some classes. So let's type class name over here. Let's type margin top of 8, display of flex, flex call for smaller screens, and for medium or larger screens, let's type flex row. Let's type items center and justify between so that the elements are to the extreme left and right sides. Let's add a gap of 4, and let's add a border top. Let's type padding top of 8. So this is how it looks. Right now, let's go ahead and add these social media icons. So let's go back and let's go outside this paragraph. Let's create a div and let's add links. So in this link for the href, let's go ahead and type /. You can add the links of your social media pages over here. And for the content, let's go ahead and type LinkedIn and let's import it from Lucid React. So here we have the LinkedIn logo. And we'll also set the target to _blank so that it will open in a new tab. Let's also add some classes. So let's type class name, text muted foreground, and transition colors. And when we hover over this, we'll change the color to text foreground. And for this div, let's go ahead and type class name. Let's set it to display of flex, items center, and a gap of 4. And for this LinkedIn, let's go ahead and type class name. Let's set the height to 5 and the width to 5. Right now, we can just go ahead and copy and paste this link 2 more times. And for the second one, let's change this to Twitter. And for the third one, let's change this to GitHub. So with that, we have the social media icons displayed over here, and everything is working all right. Let's also take a look at the smartphone screen. So this is how it will look on a smaller screen. So with that, we have completed designing the footer of our website. So that's basically it for this video. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comments below. And if you like this video, please click on the like button and subscribe to this channel to get the latest video updates. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a nice day.